Hi guys, so I'm really excited to show you a brand new stamping product today. And actually, I had already filmed this, but I thought it was a little unfair because I did stamp on naked nails and I did have a problem with smearing. So we're going to try this all over again and give this item another try. And what I am referring to is the new Creative Shop Space Collection. And Creative Shop went ahead and sent me this item for review, so we're going to go ahead and try it. So this is it right here. It is almost like a jade sparkly stamper head, and it is a very big stamper head. I believe it's almost 4.4 centimeters. And here's a bundle monster, so you can see that it is huge and it is way bigger than the bundle monster stamper. And it comes with the scraper. And like I said, sorry guys, I was already filming this and so here's the scraper. So I'm going to cover the actual stamper items with you first, and then we will get to demoing. That will also give my nude polish a chance to dry. So the stamper head has this sparkly color, and it comes in, I believe, 5 additional colors, so you can choose. You do have to purchase through a reseller, and I will have the information in the description box. Please check that out. Creative Shop does not sell direct. You do have to purchase through one of their distributors. So the back of the head is like this, and I was a little weirded out because it is hollow. I am a heavy-handed person, and when I press really hard on an image, I could see how this may become a problem for me with my nails sinking in there. And unfortunately, that's the problem that I had when I started stamping on my naked nails here. You can see that those are not very crisp images. I had been pressing a little too hard and I got some smearing. But just to avoid any, not confusion, but just to give it a fair try, I went ahead and painted my other hand nude, and we will be stamping over that. So that will be a really nice test to have. The actual holder is now comes with ridges. They had some feedback in the past in regards to their old holders, and a lot of people had slippery experience with it. Now I never really had that problem, but when I was trying this earlier, I noticed that I actually tend to grab the stamper from far up here. I kind of wish that they would have maybe done lighter, like you see how you have these 2 hard ridges right here? Additional lighter ones right here, because not all of us grab a stamper like this when we are picking up. Some of us tend to grab it from the tip right here. And in comparison, you will see here with the bundle monster, you have the indentations on the stamper here to kind of guide you to hold it like this. But like I said, I always hold my stampers from the very tip. I don't know why. Another thing I would have wished that they would have changed was make the edges a little bit more smoother. It is kind of sharp. I could see if you're like just kind of jamming the stamper head in there, it may tear. So you want to be very careful on the way that you insert it. Coming back to the stamper head, I did notice that there is some print on the very edge here, and you will see, I believe it says CSS. I'm sure it stands for Creative Shop Stamper. And then there is a small 3 and an E on there, so I don't know if that pertains to the color or the machinery or the batch. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the stamper head in here. Now there are a couple rules, or not rules, just I want to say steps that you kind of want to follow with using this stamper, and you'll see how much of a difficult time I'm going to have doing this as I'm talking. But you do not want to use acetone, you do not want to use a nail file, and you want to keep this stamper head separate from your other stamper heads. Reason being that you may have some bleeding issues into your other stampers, so depending on what color you get, you want to be very careful with that. So there we go. This was actually easier than my first attempt, but I was able to go ahead and insert that in there. And it is a dome shape, so you can see you will definitely need to roll to pick up. You don't want to stamp down, and let me show you why. If you stamp down, look, you're not making full contact. You would kind of have to press down really hard like that. It is recommended that you do roll the stamper, so you kind of want to get used to doing that if you don't like to roll, just so you can ensure that you get full coverage of the image. The scraper itself, I'm not too crazy about, for the reason being it is very bendy and like, you know, very flexible. I like my scrapers to be almost like a credit card in regards to its durability. I do notice that when I scrape with this, I have to use my thumb to kind of hold and support it. So you will see that when I use the scraper. Also scraper, no acetone. If you do clean it with acetone, you know, I should just try it just to see what happens, but it will end up eating up the edge of the surface. These are not acetone proof, so you want to stick with non-acetone polish. Okay, now I do want to apologize ahead of time. I did not know I was going to be receiving a darker stamper head, so unfortunately the only colors I have at the moment are Handy Purple and Mundo de Uñas Black. I hope this doesn't take away from the experience or from the review. I hope it still is somewhat helpful to you guys. And I am just looking for a piece of paper because I guess I'll just show you on this one right here. Now, when I tried this stamper in my previous video, I had zero problems with it picking up right out of the packaging, which I'm very happy because I don't have a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser on hand. I don't feel like going and washing the stamper in dish soap. You know, I just wanted to use it right out of the packaging, and please ignore that. You can see here on the actual paper, it picked up great. I had no issues. It looks very clear. Again, I am a roller by nature, so you know that's what's recommended. So I had no problems. Where I did again run into some problems was when I stamped on my nails, and you will see how blurry and blotchy that is. Now I can say that that might have been because of one of two reasons. Either I was pressing way too hard on the stamper and it kind of sinks in, and you will see that, or my nails were naked. Well, not naked, they have a base coat and they were slippery. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and refilm for you, and I know I need to shut up and just get to it. I'm using Apipila P30 for demo because it's a nice huge landscape, and by now my polish is dry and it's just a clean color. It's called Sheer Mocha. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with Mundo de Uñas Black. Okay, apply that to the plate. Sorry guys, I do not have my tripod on hand. So pressing or giving the scraper some support, picking up the image. Of course you cannot see because it is in black. Now I want to go ahead and just kind of press, and look what happens. When I press, I gotta let go. Yeah, look, it still happened. But when I press, my finger kind of like sinks in there. Let me show you. See that? It's sinking in there. You would think that that's going to be a helpful thing, but for a heavy-handed person, maybe not so much. So I'm going to try another nail, and this time I'm going to actually roll. And this is why I think it is important to see a stamper in action. It is very easy to stamp on a piece of paper like you just saw. My two little examples there, it comes out flawless on paper. And if I had stamping polish and I would show you on the stamper, you will see that it looks good. But when you actually use it, that's when I have that blotchy problem, and I really didn't want to have that issue. So let's go ahead with the purple. Now, these are currently available from pre-order. So you guys can go ahead and choose one of the distributors in your country. And you can go ahead and get that, I believe, within the first or second week of January. Okay, so see, doesn't that look really nice? It looks nice, right? Okay, now I'm just going to lightly roll. And I'm talking about really lightly. I'm not putting any pressure at all. So yeah, I mean, that one came out better. Look, it didn't smear or become blotchy like the pinky did. So you want to be, so I guess that's the trick to it. You kind of just want to lightly press and roll. You don't, oopsie, you don't want to kind of press down really hard because you will have this happen. See how it's sinking in there? And you would think that's a good thing, right? Because, you know, everybody wants marshmallow. Everyone wants something where you can just like, you know, squish your nail in there, get the design and be over with. But see, I do have a little bit of sinking. And guys, I really think it's because I'm a heavy-handed person. Look, it's wobbling, it's coming out. It's like, leave me alone. Don't use me anymore. You're not my friend. And I just want to love you, you know, just give me a chance. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of try to press it in there a little bit more. And I am just using a piece of tape because I do not have a lint roller on hand. I want you guys to just use whatever you have at home, okay? And, you know, before when I make a video, I would have, you know, all these items. I just want for somebody that's just getting it, maybe it's new to stamping, just use what you have at home to see if it's going to work out. Notice how I grab this scraper. Thumb on the bottom to give it stability. Scraping at an angle, kind of. Kind of hard to get a good scrape there. Picked up, and guys, I know you can't see on the camera, but it looks really nice when I pick up on the stamper. Okay, now I'm lightly, and I'm talking about super lightly, pressing and rolling. And unfortunately, I do have some smearing. So you see, I mean, it all depends on how you apply the pressure and how you roll the stamper. So I'm going to try just the thumb one more time. Just give it one more try. And let's try the purple polish. Cleaning it off. Alrighty. I mean, it is very beautiful. I wonder though that if it would have had that, you know, closure on the bottom, and I'm talking about this, look, here's, you see how it's solid on the bottom? It doesn't have, look, I can press really hard on this, right? And it's not sinking in. I'm wondering if they would have done that, if this would have yielded a much better result for me. And let's go ahead and grab, I'm sorry, I forgot, we're grabbing the purple handy polish. Okay. Okay. There it is. So it's not the plate. You could see it looks really good, right? Okay. So now I'm just going to do a regular, how I would normally stamp. That's the pressure I put. And look, you see that little squiggly line? It got all... So I had a good result on this finger, but you saw how I did it, right? This is exactly what I was doing. Just really carefully, really carefully, really carefully. Okay. But see, that's not the way I stamp. I stamp like, you know, just get in there. So, you know, now I want to do a little experiment or a little something different. Let's go ahead and clean off this stamper head. I want to put this stamper head, and it's already sinking in there, so I would probably maybe, if I could have any input for the future, it's definitely make this a solid piece right here. I mean, please. And also, maybe on the actual holder, give it those really light ridges on the top. That would be awesome. Let's try putting this in the Bundle Monster holder. Let's see what happens. So it is very bendy, which is really cool, but the problem that you have is it kind of sinks in. So you got to be really careful and selectful. And I'm actually happy right now that I have these shorter nails because I'm actually able to manipulate this stamper and get it out. If you have really long nails, I could see how maybe this might become an issue for you to kind of get it nice and proper, but there it is. Okay, and then like I said, it's not sitting flat. You got that dome, and then it lifts up on the edges. So let's see, I still have one finger. I got my thumb. Let's go with the purple polish because the black polish is not working out. And yes, I did properly mix these polishes, so it's not the issue there. Scraping. Okay. Picked it up. Okay, looks good. So I'm going to just go ahead and press and roll. Okay, now it's still sinking in there, and that's what happened. No, the polish didn't dry on me, guys. It's still nice and wet there, and yeah, it's just the amount of pressure. See, when I apply the pressure, my finger is like disappearing in there. So yeah, unfortunately, right now when I rolled, I noticed that I got my thumbnail indentation right in there. I don't think it'll affect, but I don't know if you could see it. Can you see it right there? Yeah, so I got that indentation right there. And look, I have like 0 nail right now. It's like tiny. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on the Creative Shop Stamper, or my demo, is my demo on it. Like I said, they are very beautiful aesthetically. I mean, they're nice and sparkly. Comes in, I like the gold one, look very elegant. But in regards to performance, did it work for me? Not that much. It worked awesome on paper, but on my nails, you can see naked or polished nails, I got a blurry stamp. You have to use a very light hand. Unfortunately, I don't have a light hand. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. And in regards to performance, on a scale of maybe 1 through 5, performance, I would give it on paper, solid 3.5, maybe even 4. On my nail, for me personally, it gets maybe 1, maybe 2. I would say 1. It's not working for me because of the amount of pressure I apply. It really sinks in. Don't forget that you want to keep this separate from your other stampers. It is recommended that you keep it stored in a Ziploc bag. I'm not sure if that's to retain its moisture, to retain its flexibility. If you don't store it in a Ziploc bag, I don't know what the long-term result would be. Would it shrink? I don't know. This is still a brand new product, so a lot more testing or consumer testing has to be done with it. I will actually keep it away from the bag for give me about a week, and then I'll do another video and show you if anything has changed. But I only have one head to, I don't have anything to compare it to in regards to another creative stamper. But yeah, guys, that's my review. I really hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if if you're really drawn to it, give it a shot. Everyone's different. Maybe you're a light roller, it will work great for you. But if you're somebody that's a heavy-handed person like me, maybe not so much. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.